perfection, striving towards perfection, even though I know that I'll never attain perfection. That's what sets a free person apart from a slave. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's been quite a while since I've done a video here. The last few have been live streams, not very popular or effective live streams, but I am going to continue doing those. It's harder for me to find time to craft videos like the one I did about the Jungian psychology or any of the other long form types of videos. I'm working 55 plus hours a week at the moment, barely making ends meet, working minimum wage type jobs, and today I'm here in a newsstand. Well, it's not even a newsstand because we don't sell any newspapers. It's like a convenience store in Frankfurt, and I'm just starting a 13-hour shift, getting ready to spend my entire Sunday here. I'm on my vacation from my regular job, so at least it's not going to completely kill me, but yeah, it's been a rough few months here, trying to just make things work. And the reason I'm doing a video here today is not to complain about all the work. You know, I'm happy that I've got a way to make money at least. And it's kind of an interesting job. You know, there's lots of people that come in and out of here, and I like to talk to people, so that is a plus side. But like, look behind me. I'm surrounded by things that have captured people. The cigarettes, the other things that we sell is booze. I guess if I look up at the top there's some bottles of something. Those bigger bottles don't sell very well, but you know, we've got little hip flask types of things, Jägermeister and vodka and Jack Daniels in cans with, you know, just different alco pops and beer, of course. And then we've got the sugary drinks, lots of these monster type caffeine drinks, sugar, ice cream, candy. As a matter of fact, there's nothing. So it's not true. There's a few things that we sell that are not just hedonism in a can. So we do sell paper goods, like things, you know, office supplies, because there's some offices around the corner. We've got a few hygiene articles because there's some hotels across the street, and we've got good coffee. That's why I started coming into this place originally. We've got locally roasted coffee. And but interestingly enough, in the context of all of the other crap that we sell here, I've started to realize how much coffee is also just it's just an addiction. It's just another substance that you can get addicted to. I don't partake in any of these things, at least on a regular basis, but it's quite a strange place for someone like me to find himself, whose focus in life for the last few years has been the Oera Linda book, because Freya, the mother of the Freya people and the language Freya. So, anyone who knows Oera Linda knows the word Freya. It's the main idea, and I've talked about it before. It means freedom, and it doesn't just mean freedom from slavery, or it does mean freedom from slavery, but slavery is not defined as only as being owned by or indentured to another human being. And so not only am I, in a sense, owned by or indentured to, I'm sitting here for 13 hours, which is, it's beyond my physical ability, really, because I've talked about my problems with my health. I can't really work a 13-hour shift, and then when my regular job when I'm not on vacation from my regular job, those are also 13-hour days, because I'll work a 6-hour shift there and a 7 or 8-hour shift here. And so doing 13-hour days is not within my ability, but I force myself to do it in order to earn my keep in the world, in order to be able to pay my way. Just the fact of me being here is a type of slavery, but I've chosen it. But in the Freya worldview, slavery is not just something that's forced on you. You can choose slavery. For example, smoking, drinking, eating all the sugary crap. That is the another meaning of slavery. In her text, Freya talks about the very first line. I'll open it up and read it out to you. Good fortune awaits the free. In the end, they shall see me again, but only those can I deem free who are slave neither to another nor to their own impulses. We've translated that impulses here. It's been, we've been back and forth. It's been translated so many different ways over time. We've had so many different versions of it, because it's the word is TOCHTA. TOCHTA. The modern, let me get back here, the modern German word is Zucht, and it also, so Tocht also means to pull something. So if there's in modern Dutch, for example, if there's an annoying breeze in your neck, I'm pretty sure you can say it's a Tocht. So it's in German you say Zug. So it's the word itself just means to pull, and we don't really have that word in English. I don't know what you would say. An annoying breeze that's annoying your neck and making your muscles tense up is a Zug in German, and I think it's Tocht in Dutch. I haven't spoken Dutch in a long time, so I may be wrong there. So Tocht is something that pulls you in, something that grabs hold of you and won't let go, right? So it says your own TOCHTA, and so we finally came up with the word impulses. So it's like a Tocht from within. It's a pull from within, something that you just act on because it feels good in the moment. I think originally we had addictions, and then we had passions. But passions, I don't know. So passion can be a kind of a good thing. So an impulsivity, something that you don't think through, but that you just know or think is going to make you feel good at the moment. And so that's what I'm surrounded with here. I'm surrounded with just TOCHTA. Not everyone that comes in. So a lot of people that come in are here to pick up their parcels. We take on parcels for the DHL. But even that, you think about a lot of these people who are buying stuff. So a lot of the people are bringing stuff back that they ordered and then they don't like it, so they send it back. So there's even this aspect of like shopping addiction going on here. You know, people just going online, impulsively buying something, and they're realizing they can't afford it or they don't need it, or, you know, worst case scenario, it doesn't fit, whatever. But every single aspect of this place is all about TOCHTA, including the fact that I work here. So it's a strange place to be in for me. It's, you know, the place exists, and it's not going to go away if I don't work here, so I might as well. I do need to put my foot down and say, look, I can't do 13-hour shifts, and I can't work 8 hours here once I've already worked 6 hours in the morning over there. Now, ideally, I would get more hours at the other job, because it's kind of the opposite. I work in a gym, so it's the opposite. It's a place people go when they're trying to become more healthy. And I'd much rather spend more time there, but there's just not more work available. So that's what I'm stuck doing right now. You know, this kind of resigned feeling is, I guess, what Nietzsche would call a slave mentality. And that's what the Oera Linda is about. It's about escaping this. So maybe it's a good thing to hit rock bottom, as they say, and just be in like the ultimate depth of enslavement to others and yourself, being surrounded and confronted with the articles, the things that people are addicted to, that everybody has the potential to be addicted to. I do too. I've been a smoker. I've been a drinker. You know, all of these things. So so at least I can like pat myself on the back and say, oh, you're not partaking in these things, even though you have in the past. And so I guess it's a kind of a confidence booster in the end. But really, what I need to do is focus on the lessons that I've been taught over the last few years engaging with the Oera Linda book, and extricate myself from this world of pending and impending addiction. Look at things like, you know, drinking coffee and making a conscious decision to eliminate that from my life even. And so I guess I'm in a place where I can really examine that, and it's up to me to examine that. So, you know, even if you're stuck in just this hell of like you're in exactly the place you don't want to be, like I am right now, the saving grace is to remember that there is an ideal of freedom, and the Oera Linda book contains this ideal of freedom, explains this ideal of freedom, explains what happens when you don't adhere to the ideal of freedom. You know, a lot of the stuff in Oera Linda is not happy. It's not a happy ending. It's not, oh yeah, look how we stuck to our ideals and got everything done. It's just one catastrophe and self-made hell after another. But the golden thread throughout, the constant in the narrative is this striving towards something better, Maybe I'll finish with just a quick reading from the primal history that explains maybe why life can be so hard. Not the primal history, the primal teachings, excuse me. It starts out as an admonishment. It's all about explaining human imperfection. So I'll start in the middle here. In order that our children may be armed against their idolatrous doctrines, the maidens must impress upon them the following. Varalda existed before all things, and after all things he shall endure. Varalda is thus eternal, and he is infinite. Therefore nothing exists outside of him. From Varalda's life sprang time and all things, and his life takes time and all things away. These facts must be made clear and manifest to all who are wise, so that they might explain and demonstrate them to others. Once these things have been understood, say further, regarding our essential nature, we are thus part of Varalda's infinite being, as is the essential nature of all creation. Yet regarding our appearance, our characteristics, our mind, and all our thoughts, these do not belong to the being. All these are fleeting phenomena that appear through Varalda's life, which appear as they are through his wisdom, and not otherwise. But because his life is perpetually progressing, nothing can remain stationary. Therefore, all creatures change in their position, their appearance as well as their minds. Therefore, neither earth herself nor any creature may ever say, I am, but rather I was. Likewise, no man may ever say, I think, but only I thought. The youth is larger and changed from when he was a child. He has other desires, passions, and ways of thinking. The man and father is different, and thinks differently from when he was a youth. The same applies to the elderly. Everyone knows this. Since everyone thus knows and must acknowledge that one is continuously changing, one must also acknowledge that one changes every instant, also whilst one says I am, and that one's thoughts change whilst one says I think. Thus, instead of unworthily imitating the loathsome Findas and saying I am, or even I am the best part of Varalda, yea, through us alone can he think, we proclaim the following always and everywhere, that it needs to be said. We, Freya's children, are emergences through Varalda's life, in the beginning mean and bare, but always becoming and advancing towards perfection, without ever becoming as good as Varalda himself. Our mind is not Varalda's spirit, it is merely a semblance of it. When Varalda created us, he lent us through his wisdom a brain, senses, memory, and many good qualities. By means of these, we can consider his creations and his primordial Eva. From these we can learn, and about them we can speak, all and only for our own benefit. If Varalda had not given us any senses, we would perceive and know nothing, and we would be yet more helpless than a jellyfish that is driven forth by the ebb and flow. So what that tells me is that I'm not a jellyfish driven forth by the ebb and flow, that I do have a will given me by the spirit of Varalda, and that I shouldn't expect myself to be perfect, but this striving towards perfection, even though I know that I'll never attain perfection, that's what sets a free person apart from a slave. And so even in the midst of the miasma here that I find myself in, at some point I can cleanse myself of it. You know, right now it feels like it's sticking to me everywhere. And even though I'm not completely partaking in it, but I'm part of it, and so to be in it and not of it, as the Christian model says. And there's even a part in the Oera Linda that talks about being in the world and not of the world. That's the first. That's all you can do, and that's all I can do. So that's what I'm up to right now, is just trying to, despite everything, continue to strive towards Varalda's spirit, that perfection that is unattainable, but there for the striving, and it's, where is it? It's we're within it, of course, and it's within us. It's like we our mind is not Varalda's spirit, but we exist within this spirit, and our life is ephemeral. Varalda is eternal, and that eternal good, which is God, right? It's the same word in Freya's. And then the mother of the people, the Freya. So freedom as this human ideal that can be striven for, as the closest thing maybe to that ultimate good. I'm going to continue striving for it today, and I hope you are too. Greetings from hell, and I hope to see you sometime in the future with a more in-depth look at the Oera Linda book.